What a night, my love.
It's magical, isn't it?
Not as magical as you.
Oh, you charmer.
Shall we find shelter?
I'd love that.
The scene opens on a quiet Los Angeles morning, with the subtle hum of distant traffic. An empty lot is revealed, covered in grass, establishing the primary setting. The overall atmosphere is calm, contrasting with the impending discovery. A silhouette of a human body is visible, lying motionless within the grass. This visual element immediately introduces a significant, somber plot point. The scene effectively sets the stage for a critical and impactful discovery. A young woman was brutally murdered, initiating a complex criminal investigation. Her body was discovered in a deliberately staged condition, complicating initial assessments. The staging suggested an attempt to mislead investigators or convey a specific message. Despite intensive efforts, no confirmed killer was immediately identified. The lack of a suspect fueled public speculation and media coverage. This high-profile case quickly garnered national attention, demanding resolution. A central question arises concerning a prominent Hollywood murder case. This case, highly public, involved significant media attention and public scrutiny. Despite its high profile, the investigation concluded without a definitive resolution. The circumstances surrounding the murder remain unexplained. This lack of closure has left a lasting enigma in Hollywood history. The question persists: how did such a public case end without an answer? The victim in this case has been identified as Elizabeth Short. She was 22 years old at the time of her death. Short was known as an aspiring actress. Her aspirations and age are crucial biographical details. The moniker Black Dahlia was a press nickname given to Elizabeth Short. This name likely originated from her preference for dark clothing. It was also influenced by the 1946 noir film, The Blue Dahlia. The press often created sensational nicknames for crime victims. The distinction between a person and their media image is a critical concept. A person's individual identity encompasses their unique experiences and humanity. The media image, however, is a constructed representation, often simplified or distorted. A tragic aspect is the rapid transformation of a victim into a mere media image. This shift can overshadow their individual personhood, reducing them to a public narrative. On the morning of the 15th of January 1947, a significant event occurred in Los Angeles. The body of Elizabeth Short was discovered in a local neighborhood. This discovery initiated a formal investigation into the circumstances of her death. The case garnered widespread attention and became a prominent criminal inquiry. The investigation aimed to identify the perpetrator and ascertain the full details of the crime. The FBI notes detail an unusual discovery at a crime scene. A body was found posed in a highly unconventional manner. The initial discoverer mistook the body for a mannequin. This misidentification highlights the bizarre nature of the scene. The posing created a significant challenge for immediate recognition. Investigators arrived at the scene to conduct an initial assessment. The immediate condition of the crime scene provided critical information. It was quickly determined that this was not a typical homicide case. The nature of the scene indicated an unusual level of brutality. Evidence suggested the crime scene had been deliberately staged. These factors signaled a complex investigation beyond an ordinary murder. Forensic investigation of a crime scene often begins with a thorough examination for physical evidence. In this case, the FBI conducted a detailed analysis of the discovery location. A critical finding was the complete absence of blood at the scene. This lack of blood strongly indicated that the victim, Short, was not killed at this specific site. The evidence suggests the victim was killed elsewhere, and the body was subsequently moved to the discovery location. The relocation of a crime scene significantly complicates investigations. Investigators face challenges beyond the initial criminal act. Evidence at the original location may be lost or compromised. The secondary location presents a carefully staged disposal scenario. This staging is designed to mislead and obscure the true events. Such complexities demand advanced forensic techniques and investigative strategies. The absence of blood in the scene presented an unusual and unsettling detail. This particular characteristic immediately contributed to an eerie atmosphere surrounding the event. Furthermore, the deliberate and meticulous staging of the scene was highly noticeable. Such presentations suggested a theatrical quality, as if designed for public observation. These elements together continue to define the case in public memory, maintaining its enigmatic nature. The Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD, primarily led the case investigation. The LAPD is a municipal law enforcement agency with jurisdiction within Los Angeles. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, provided crucial assistance to the LAPD. The FBI is the Domestic Intelligence and Security Service of the United States. This collaboration ensured comprehensive coverage and resources for the case. Fingerprint identification is a crucial forensic technique for identifying individuals. The FBI utilizes advanced systems for rapid fingerprint analysis and identification. In a notable case, the FBI identified an individual named Short through fingerprints. This identification was achieved within 56 minutes of receiving the fingerprint data. The data was transmitted via a news transmission system, showcasing efficient processing. The rapid identification of a problem is crucial in initiating effective response strategies. This swift recognition allows for immediate and widespread attention to be directed towards the issue. Despite early and significant focus, a definitive solution may not always be readily apparent or achieved. The ongoing nature of the problem-solving process, even without a final resolution, defines its procedural aspect. This procedural angle highlights the systematic steps taken from identification to attempted resolution. It emphasizes the journey and methods employed rather than solely focusing on the outcome. A case's notoriety is not solely determined by the nature of the crime itself. Media coverage often plays a crucial role in shaping public perception and awareness. Extensive media attention can transform a case into a widespread public spectacle. This media amplification significantly contributes to a case's fame and public recognition. Newspapers played a significant role in sensationalizing the Black Dahlia murder case. They amplified the victim's nickname. This media coverage transformed the murder into an early major true crime obsession. The extensive reporting fueled public fascination and widespread notoriety. The Black Dahlia case exemplifies how media shapes public perception of real events. Media narratives can significantly influence the interpretation of facts. This process often leads to the creation and perpetuation of myths. These myths can overshadow the actual details and complexities of a situation. The media's portrayal can transform a factual event into a cultural legend. Understanding this dynamic is crucial for analyzing historical and contemporary events. Investigations often generate numerous leads and potential suspects over extended periods. Despite extensive efforts, a definitive identification of the perpetrator can remain elusive. The process may yield multiple confessions, each requiring thorough verification. Confessions alone are often insufficient without corroborating evidence for prosecution. Complex cases can result in no definitive prosecution, leaving the case unresolved. The absence of definitive proof hinders a legal conclusion. Even with substantial investigative efforts, investigations often face challenges from the sheer volume of information generated. A significant problem arises when numerous theories and false leads emerge. These false leads can divert resources and attention from crucial evidence. Instead of clarifying the situation, they often hinder the investigative process. The proliferation of irrelevant data can obscure the path to a resolution. Effective investigation requires filtering out noise to focus on pertinent facts. Excessive publicity surrounding a crime can significantly complicate investigations. The spread of information, often including myths, creates additional challenges for authorities. This influx of public attention and misinformation generates noise and distractions. Such factors can impede the objective pursuit of facts and delay justice. The case remained highly visible, attracting significant public attention and scrutiny. Despite its prominence, the details of the case did not become clearer over time. The public visibility did not lead to a better understanding of the situation. Progress towards a definitive resolution or conclusion for the case was not achieved. The outcome remained ambiguous, leaving the case in an unresolved state despite its high profile. In 1947, forensic science capabilities were significantly more limited compared to modern standards. Investigators face substantial challenges due to the rudimentary nature of available tools and techniques. Many advanced analytical methods used today were not yet developed or widely accessible. This often resulted in slower investigations and a reliance on more traditional, less precise evidence. The constraints of the era posed considerable hurdles for solving complex criminal cases effectively. A crime scene is the location where an illegal act has occurred, often containing crucial evidence. A dump site, conversely, is where a body or evidence is deposited after the crime. The murder scene was identified as a dump site, not the original killing location. This distinction separates the body from the primary crime environment, complicating investigation. Intense press attention can significantly complicate criminal investigations. It often generates excessive noise through widespread media coverage. This noise includes the proliferation of rumors and speculative theories. False confessions may also emerge, further muddying investigative efforts. Such distractions divert critical resources and focus from the core investigation. The inference of complications arose from the specific structure of the case under examination. This structure presented inherent challenges to an objective and straightforward inquiry. A significant volume of public speculation was also documented regarding the case. This widespread public discourse frequently introduced biases and distractions. Consequently, the extensive speculation often hindered the process of objective investigation. The case resonates deeply within popular culture. Its impact stems from its intersection with Hollywood ambition. Hollywood ambition symbolizes grand dreams and aspirations. It also represents the potential pitfalls and challenges within the industry. This duality makes the case a compelling cultural narrative. Media sensationalism refers to the tendency of news coverage to exaggerate or distort events. This approach often prioritizes emotional impact over factual reporting. It significantly influences public perception, shaping how audiences understand events. Sensationalism can transform a serious event into a public spectacle, altering its true significance. The brutal nature of certain crimes often captures enduring fascination. This fascination stems from the inherent darkness such acts represent within human behavior. It highlights a complex aspect of societal understanding regarding violence. The study of these crimes provides insight into the darker facets of human psychology. The identity of the killer remains unresolved, a central mystery in the case. This lack of resolution contributes significantly to the case's enduring mystique. The unanswered question fuels persistent public interest and speculation. It ensures the case continues to capture attention over an extended period. The unresolved identity becomes a defining characteristic, maintaining its relevance. Complex cases often inspire extensive cultural engagement. This includes the creation of numerous books and films. Amateur investigations also contribute significantly to public interest. Such widespread attention ensures the mystery remains relevant and alive in public consciousness. The Black Dahlia case, a notorious unsolved murder, captivated public attention far beyond its initial investigation. The brutal nature of the crime and the victim's identity contributed to its widespread fascination. Despite extensive police efforts, the case remained unsolved, fueling speculation and theories. Over time, the Black Dahlia case transcended its factual details, becoming a cultural touchstone. It has been depicted in numerous books, films, and television series, cementing its place in popular culture. The case's enduring mystery continues to intrigue and influence, far exceeding the original investigation's scope. Elizabeth Short was a real person with a life and identity beyond her tragic end. Her story is often overshadowed by the sensationalism of her case. It is crucial to acknowledge her humanity, dreams, and experiences. Recentering the narrative on Elizabeth Short honors her as an individual, not just a victim. The case of Elizabeth Short, known as the Black Dahlia, became a media sensation. Press images and narratives often focused on sensational aspects of her death. This media portrayal created a public image that overshadowed her true identity. Elizabeth Short, the actual victim, was reduced to a sensationalized figure. Her personal life and individual story were largely eclipsed by the media's focus. This illustrates how media representation can distort the perception of a victim. Britannica highlights the rapid public sensation surrounding the case. The case quickly captured widespread attention, becoming a prominent news item. The victim's life was subsequently filtered through rumor and myth. Public perception was shaped more by speculation than factual reporting. Genuine mourning was overshadowed by sensationalized narratives. This illustrates how public interest can distort personal tragedy into a media spectacle. The case remains an unsolved murder, adding to its enigmatic nature. It illustrates how victims can become overshadowed by their own legend. This phenomenon leads to the loss of their individual identity. The narrative shifts from the person to the myth surrounding them. The case of Elizabeth Short involved a real person, whose life and tragic death are undisputed facts. Her murder was a genuine crime, prompting a significant and extensive investigation by authorities. The investigation garnered massive public attention, becoming a prominent and widely discussed event. These established facts form the foundational understanding of the Elizabeth Short case. The case remains unsolved, shrouded in an enduring mystery. Despite extensive investigation, the identity of the perpetrator is unknown. All available facts have been thoroughly examined and analyzed. Yet, these facts have not led to the identification of the killer. This lack of resolution is central to the case's lasting impact. The unknown identity fuels its enduring power and public fascination. The Black Dahlia case remains a prominent unsolved mystery in American criminal history. Its enduring fame is largely attributed to the extensive publicity it generated. The case became widely known, capturing public attention and media headlines. Despite its notoriety, the actual crime itself was never officially solved. This paradox highlights the distinction between public recognition and definitive resolution. In 1947, forensic science faced significant limitations in investigative capabilities. DNA analysis, a cornerstone of modern forensics, was entirely non-existent. Fingerprinting technology, though present, was still in its nascent stages of development. These limitations severely restricted crucial investigative avenues for solving crimes. Crime scene preservation is crucial for maintaining the integrity of evidence. Historically, a lack of sophisticated techniques often led to compromised or lost evidence. Inadequate preservation methods could result in the destruction or contamination of vital clues. This absence of proper protocols significantly hindered investigations and justice. The reliability of witness testimonies is crucial in legal proceedings and investigations. However, several factors can compromise the accuracy and credibility of these accounts. One significant factor is the passage of time, which can degrade memory recall. The sensational nature of a case can also influence witnesses, leading to biased or inaccurate statements. These combined elements often result in unreliable testimonies and the generation of numerous false leads. The graphic nature of the crime significantly impacted public perception. This fueled widespread public imagination and engagement. It led to extensive speculation among the populace. The distinction between factual information and fictional narratives became blurred. This phenomenon highlights the influence of vivid details on collective interpretation. The Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD, faced significant operational hurdles. These challenges arose during the management of a high-profile case. The case presented unprecedented scale and complexity for the department. Despite their dedicated efforts, existing resources were strained. The magnitude of the investigation demanded extensive personnel and logistics. This situation highlighted the difficulties in handling such intricate legal matters. Media reporting in the 1940s operated under distinct ethical considerations. Journalistic practices of the era often diverged from modern standards of responsibility. A prevalent tendency was to prioritize sensationalism in news dissemination. This focus on sensation frequently overshadowed the imperative for objective reporting. The ethical framework of the time permitted a different approach to public information. Consequently, media content often aimed to captivate rather than strictly inform. Elizabeth Short's life was marked by her aspirations as an actress in Hollywood. Her pursuit of an acting career contributed to her public image and recognition. This background became intertwined with the mystery surrounding her untimely death. The allure of Hollywood amplified the tragic narrative of her story. Her identity as an aspiring actress remains a key element in her enduring legacy. post-war Los Angeles experienced a period of significant and rapid urban growth. This era was marked by dynamic shifts in established social norms and cultural values. The city's transformation created a unique and complex social environment. This backdrop profoundly influenced the nature and prevalence of crime. The evolving social landscape provided fertile ground for various criminal activities. The case has become a symbol of unresolved justice. It represents significant failures within the legal system. The system has been unable to hold a killer accountable for their actions. This situation highlights systemic issues preventing the delivery of justice. Unsolved mysteries continue to captivate the public, drawing sustained interest over time. Amateur sleuths are often drawn to these cases, motivated by curiosity and a desire for resolution. These individuals contribute new theories, perspectives, and analytical approaches to the investigations. Their ongoing engagement helps to keep the cases active and prevents them from fading into obscurity. This sustained attention can sometimes lead to breakthroughs or new avenues for official inquiry. The Black Dahlia case has had a profound and lasting cultural impact. Its influence extends beyond the realm of true crime, shaping various artistic expressions. The case has inspired numerous works in literature, including novels and non-fiction accounts. It has also significantly impacted media, art, and film, becoming a cultural touchstone. The psychological aspects of crime captivate both researchers and the general public. This fascination often centers on understanding the motives behind criminal acts. The methods employed by offenders are also a key area of psychological interest. Researchers analyze these elements to develop theories on criminal behavior. Public interest is often driven by a desire to comprehend extreme human actions. This ongoing fascination highlights the complex nature of the human psyche in relation to crime. The case represents a pivotal moment in the development of the true crime genre. It showcased the genre's nascent capacity to captivate a broad audience. This engagement demonstrated true crime's potential for widespread public interest. The case's impact solidified its status as a landmark in the genre's evolution. It set a precedent for future true crime narratives to achieve similar public reach. The absence of resolution in cases like Elizabeth Short's creates profound and lasting distress for families. This prolonged uncertainty denies victims' loved ones the essential process of closure. The inability to find answers or justice leaves emotional wounds unhealed for decades. Families endure continuous suffering, impacting their well-being and sense of peace. The Black Dahlia case, a notorious unsolved murder, presented significant investigative challenges. This complex case highlighted deficiencies in existing police procedural methods. The difficulties encountered spurred a reevaluation of law enforcement techniques. It prompted the development and implementation of new investigative strategies. These changes led to substantial improvements in police procedural efficacy over time. The case's legacy contributed to advancements in forensic science and criminal investigation. Modern forensic science plays a crucial role in criminal investigations. It provides a clear and systematic path to resolving complex cases. Forensic techniques involve the application of scientific methods to analyze evidence. These advancements significantly enhance the accuracy and reliability of investigations. Such methods include DNA analysis, fingerprinting, and digital forensics. Ultimately, modern forensics helps in identifying perpetrators and ensuring justice. The media often plays a significant role in public cases, influencing perception and outcome. One aspect of this role is bringing immense public attention to the case at hand. This increased visibility can aid in investigations and ensure public accountability. However, media involvement can also contribute to the complexity of the case. It may lead to sensationalism, potentially distorting facts and impacting fair proceedings. The case reveals the darker side of Hollywood's perceived glamour. It exposes the inherent vulnerability of individuals pursuing fame within the industry. This narrative challenges the idealized image often associated with Hollywood. It underscores the potential for exploitation and hardship beneath the surface of celebrity. Public memory often shapes historical understanding, sometimes diverging from factual accounts. The Black Dahlia case exemplifies this, where public perception prioritizes sensationalism. The murder of Elizabeth Short, dubbed the Black Dahlia, captivated the public in 1947. Sensational media coverage fueled a narrative often detached from the actual police investigation. Public memory tends to focus on the gruesome details and unsolved mystery. This often overshadows the verifiable facts and complexities of the investigative process. High-stakes investigations often involve navigating complex information landscapes. A significant challenge arises from the prevalence of numerous dead ends. False confessions further complicate the investigative process, diverting resources. These elements highlight the difficulty in sifting through unreliable information. The integrity of the investigation depends on accurately discerning truth from falsehood. Psychological profiling attempts to understand a perpetrator's characteristics based on their actions. These profiles are often constructed from a limited amount of available evidence. The scarcity of concrete data contributes to the speculative nature of the profiling process. Consequently, such profiles may introduce elements of uncertainty into ongoing investigations. The case involves a criminal whose identity remains unknown despite extensive investigations. This individual possesses an uncanny ability to evade capture, defying all attempts to apprehend them. Despite intense scrutiny from law enforcement, the perpetrator has managed to remain at large. The continued freedom of this individual makes the entire case particularly chilling for the public. The perpetrator's elusiveness has rendered the case memorable, leaving a lasting impact on all involved. The Black Dahlia case remains a historical benchmark in crime investigation. It highlights the significant challenges faced by law enforcement in complex cases. The investigation occurred without the benefit of modern forensic tools and techniques. This absence complicated evidence collection, analysis, and suspect identification. The case serves as a critical lesson in the evolution of criminal investigation methodologies. Unsolved cases, like the Black Dahlia, often retain significant public interest over decades. The absence of a definitive resolution or closure is a key factor in this sustained attention. This lack of closure prevents the case from fading from public memory. It continuously fuels ongoing discussions and the development of new theories. The mystery surrounding the events compels individuals to seek answers and understanding. Such cases become cultural touchstones, demonstrating the human need for resolution. A nickname can significantly impact public perception and memory. The moniker Black Dahlia illustrates this phenomenon vividly. This nickname became a powerful, recognizable brand in popular culture. It overshadowed the victim's actual identity and personal history. The victim's real name and life story were largely forgotten by the public. This demonstrates how a nickname can define and even obscure an individual's legacy. The deliberate staging of a body refers to its intentional arrangement at a crime scene. This act is often calculated to create a specific impression or narrative for investigators. Such staging aims to shock observers and potentially mislead the investigation. It can divert attention from the true circumstances or motive of the crime. Investigating crimes in 1940s Los Angeles presented significant logistical challenges for law enforcement. The city's sprawling urban landscape complicated rapid response and evidence collection. Vast distances between crime scenes and police stations hindered efficient operations. Limited communication technologies further exacerbated coordination difficulties among officers. The sheer size of the metropolitan area made comprehensive surveillance and patrol difficult. These geographic obstacles impacted the effectiveness of criminal investigations during that era. This case study offers a window into the historical context of crime. It specifically examines the nature of criminal activity during the mid-20th century. The analysis also reveals insights into law enforcement practices of that era. The focus is on the United States, providing a snapshot of American justice systems. A significant outcome of the case is the persistent uncertainty surrounding the true perpetrator. This enduring doubt has become a defining characteristic of its legacy. Despite investigations, the identity of the responsible party remains unconfirmed. The lack of definitive closure fuels ongoing speculation and debate. This ambiguity impacts public perception and historical interpretation of the event. The case serves as a stark example of unresolved justice and lingering questions. Elizabeth Short's life and choices are crucial for understanding her story. Her agency is often overshadowed by the sensationalism surrounding her death. Focusing on her life helps to reclaim her narrative from morbid details. It is essential to recognize her as an individual with her own experiences. Restoring her agency provides a more complete and respectful perspective. Rumors are unverified pieces of information that spread quickly within a community or population. These unsubstantiated claims often lack factual basis and reliable sources. Despite their lack of verification, rumors can significantly influence public perception. They can distort understanding, create misinformation, and shape collective opinions. The spread of rumors complicates investigations by introducing false leads and diverting resources. The human mind is inherently drawn to the enigmatic and the unexplained. Unsolved mysteries, such as the Black Dahlia case, captivate public imagination. This fascination stems from a desire for resolution and understanding. The absence of definitive answers fuels ongoing speculation and discussion. This contributes to the enduring cultural presence and appeal of such cases. Significant cases often lead to re-evaluation of existing law enforcement procedures. This particular case likely influenced the development of future investigative protocols. It underscored the critical importance of thoroughness in all investigative steps. Emphasis was placed on meticulous evidence collection and preservation techniques. These changes aim to enhance the integrity and reliability of criminal investigations. The Black Dahlia case is a historical example of media involvement in violent crime reporting. This case raises critical questions regarding the media's ethical responsibilities. It prompts examination of how such events are presented to the public. The case highlights the impact of media coverage on perceptions of justice and victims. The passage of time significantly complicates the resolution of complex issues. Decades passing exacerbate challenges in achieving a clear outcome. A primary factor is the natural fading of witnesses over extended periods. Key individuals who could provide testimony or context become unavailable. Simultaneously, physical and digital evidence undergoes degradation. This degradation makes it increasingly difficult to reconstruct events accurately. The murder of Elizabeth Short, known as the Black Dahlia, remains one of history's most notorious unsolved cases. Her brutal death in 1947 captivated the public and baffled investigators for decades. The identity of her killer is the ultimate unanswered question, fueling enduring public fascination. This unsolved mystery continues to drive interest and speculation, cementing its place in popular culture.